Hey guys, how's it going? It's the Crypto Analyst here, and I hope all of you guys are having a good morning, evening, wherever you guys are from. And I'm sure you guys have seen by now, but Bitcoin has mooned. Now, it shot up around $1,500 overnight, and so this asks the question, why did this happen? Are we going to see another leg up from here? Is it going to be bigger than before? And so today we're going to be answering all of these questions in the video. So if you guys are interested, go and stick around for the video, and do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button, as it does help out the channel a lot. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive on into this, because there is a lot to talk about and break down. So to answer the question, first of all, why did this happen? Well, first things first, in a couple videos ago, we talked about if Bitcoin were to break this 10-month long resistance over here of the descending triangle, it would have a breakout of at least $1,000 one way or another, essentially liquidating people at a moment's notice. And so sure enough, we broke towards the upside, which personally I didn't see coming. But nonetheless, we did break, and we shot up $1,500 all the way down from around $6,300 at the bottom, all the way around to 6,000 or 7,800 at the top of this wick. Now, this doesn't mean anything if we can't hold these levels, and so the retracement has been pretty far, falling all the way down to the 786 retracement line. But why did this happen, right? This is such a significant event, right? If we're defying this bear market, if we're breaking out, what would be such a significant level of event that would give us this much volume coming into Bitcoin and altcoins that would cause this? Now, the answer to this is probably not what you thought, because it definitely wasn't what I expected either. But a guy from my Discord, someone that I work with named Dubs, actually broke this down and explained and found out why this happened. So for most of you guys know the exchange Bitfinex, and what they've done is recently they've been changing banks. Now, this is kind of good and bad, and they're changing to a Canadian bank. But what this means is that as of right now, people can't really get their Tether to fiat pairings in and out, because they have no bank to go through fiat in. And so what this means is, while they're on this exchange period, while this is all happening, people are freaking out, saying, you know, maybe this is a sign of something bad to come. And so this worked as inverse FUD, because what you had, if we can switch over to our other picture over here, what you had is you had a significant drop in the price of Tether. In fact, one of the largest drops you've ever seen in Tether, just because of it being such a stable coin, but it dropping all the way around to 86, 87 cents. And so what this means is, well, if Tether was dropping so much, how does this relate to Bitcoin or the altcoins in any way? Well, it's pretty significant, because the volume coming into cryptocurrency, new money coming in, was really almost, it just wasn't there. It wasn't present. All of the money was coming from Bitfinex pretty much, and all of the people transferring their US dollar Tether into Tether pairs. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, whatever other Tether pairs that they have on Bitfinex and on all the Tether exchanges. What you saw is you had all of these pairs getting pumped, and it wasn't because just loads of new money were coming into the market and we weren't just mooning from new institutional money. It was people taking their money out of Tether because they were afraid, and they were moving it into Bitcoin and altcoins, so that they could therefore transfer them to other exchanges, or transfer them to a wallet, or maybe just keep them on Bitfinex. But they were afraid of the Tether bubble. And so what you had here is you had a new kind of FUD that you really don't see a lot, and you had FUD that pumps the market instead of FUD that drains the market. And for those of you guys who don't know, FUD stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and is usually kind of a way to say that people are getting scared. So based upon their emotions and their reactions to a scary situation, it affects the market in a significant way. And so that's what you saw here. You see almost no new volume coming into the market, but you also see all of this volume coming from Tether, going from Tether into Tether paired coins. Now, this is significant, because if we're looking back at Bitcoin here, we're saying, well, that would explain why it had such a large retrace, right? That would explain why we're almost at a 79% retrace level from this pump so far, because it was an artificial pump. It wasn't, yes, there was new money coming in here, but a lot of the money was all coming from Tether and Tether sources. Of course, people did FOMO in, some people did, enjoy the breakout and rode the wave, but the majority of this was already circulating money that was already in cryptocurrency. They were already in other coins, and they were just getting pumped into Tether paired coins. So it wasn't like just loads of new money coming in. It was, essentially an artificial pump because of inverse FUD. Now, yes, some people did FOMO here, but that's what scares me the most. Now, regardless, nonetheless, guys, it's still a great thing. You know, for bulls, you're seeing yourself broke a major level of resistance. If you can hold above this level that it's at right now, if you can stay above your 78%, you know, fib retracement, then you're, you know, you're honestly sitting a whole lot better than if you were down here, because now you don't have to really worry about this descending triangle. You're sitting above it. You're sitting above your main overbearing resistance. You really just have, you know, one resistance left from the past couple of swing highs, which we can see over here. You know, it's still a pretty major line. It was kind of sad that we couldn't hold above that level of around $7,400 on Bitcoin. But besides this last line, the only thing you really have to go through over here is previous swing highs over here. So, you know, of course, we have one at around 7,400, which is ideal of what we really want to hold above, to have a, you know, a good sign of a market reversal. But with that being said, I mean, you know, your MACD is great. You haven't seen levels like this. It got Bitcoin out into the news. I mean, you haven't seen levels like this on your MACD since July of earlier this year, and your RSI was just, you know, phenomenally large. And, you know, again, that you haven't seen levels like this since the same date of July 18th of this year. Now, although this is good, this is great, you know, hopefully a lot of people took profits and made money here, but at the end of the day, we don't need artificial pumps. We need real new money, you know, institutional money, investor money, whatever you want to call it. You need new money coming into the market. And if there are not buyers at this level, this is the most key concept. If there are not people willing to buy at this level, you will have the price of Bitcoin and altcoins and cryptocurrency drop into a level of where people are comfortable buying it again. And so that's the most significant point out of all of this is, if people aren't ready to start buying at this price, the price will drop into a point of where people are comfortable buying it again. And that's why you started seeing stalemates over here, because you had some people willing to buy, but you also had a lot of people that just didn't want to buy here, which is what kept causing drops. And so that's the only scary thing I would say about this. Of course, you know, someone was asking me up in here in the Discord, you know, they said, what do you see happening here? I said, honestly, I see retrace and then consolidation, and that's exactly what we've had so far, but it's so hard to say because of this being such an artificial concept. So let's talk about where could this go from here. Now that we covered why all this happened, where could this go from here? Well, it's really unpredictable. Again, because this was an artificial pump, it's a hard situation. Personally, I see us falling back down a little bit more here, maybe getting some sort of a pump, but I still stand bearish on this situation because of the fact that this was an artificial pump. It wasn't new money coming to the market, and that's ultimately the scariest thing for me, longing or shorting here. So now, again, I'm not going to be placing any bets here. It's such a risky bet to just start placing bets in here. You could scalp, but for, you know, large scale swing traders or someone who doesn't use leverage, again, wait till this plays out a little bit more. You know, just had a massive pump. It's got to correct itself somewhat. So you're going to see this thing fluctuating. I think we're in for a volatile week nonetheless, and you know, it's going to be hopefully a new age for cryptocurrency. So in fact, I actually want to see here, if I actually extend this line, it's actually going to come perfectly to where we got rejected. So of course we retraced, came back up, got rejected from this line, showing that it's still in play here, showing that it's still significant, and that we still have to break this secondary resistance, you know, in addition to previous swing highs, which is the thing that we really need to hold above. I've talked about how we need to hold above and break and hold above previous swing highs if we want to be bullish in any way, and we're still failing to do that, which is you know, incredibly sad, to be in all honesty, for Bitcoin here. But nonetheless, you know, breakout like this, you can't say it's bearish. You know, it is more bullish than it is bearish at this point, because you are holding above your resistance, which is the first step in a market reversal, right? You know, keep your excuse me, higher lows, and, you know, keep this momentum going, keep this volume going, hopefully, except next time have it, you know, new money coming in instead of money just circulating. And I think Bitcoin's on a collision course with the bull market if it can do that. So that's going to go ahead and wrap up this video, guys. Hopefully this did do well at explaining how this whole situation played out, why it played out, really just breaking it down, because there was so much false information circulating around with all of this. And of course, you still have exchanges that are hundreds of dollars apart. If you look at something like Bitfinex as compared to Binance or Coinbase or BitMEX, and they all have drastically different prices for Bitcoin right now, which is something so unique and so obscure and odd. But nonetheless, that is what is happening in the market right now and today. And I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button, as it does help out the channel a lot. But until next time, guys, I will see you guys in the next video.